Time for science. I've got my notebook ready, and if you have a notebook, get it out. If you don't have a notebook, take out a piece of white paper and you can record this experiment that way as well. So you need your notebook, you need crayons because scientific pictures need to be accurate. So we're going to use the correct colors, and you need a pencil because we want to make sure we do a nice job when we record our information. So here's my pencil. Now I'm going to put this up on my board so that you can see my notebook. And we always go to the next empty page. Look at all the science we have done this year. It's fun to look back on it, isn't it? And who knows, this summer, maybe you'll do some more science and you can record all the things that you're doing as well. So I'm going to put this here. Whoa, it needs another one. We'll get it. Okay, well, the magnets weren't strong enough, so I had to figure out a new plan, and that's those clips. Now, it might be hard for you to see what I'm writing, so I'll try to draw it down here as well. And the first thing we always put is the title of the experiment. And the title of this experiment is Magic Pepper. You know the letter? That's right. Capital M-A, Mag. It's that G this time. Magic. And the next word is pepper. Ooh, do you hear all that pepper? There's some P's. P-E-P. Pep. E-E-R. So magic pepper is the name of our experiment. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write it on my science notebook. Magic pepper. And then I want to talk about the materials we're going to need, right? We are going to need water. That's pretty easy to get, isn't it? I'm going to draw it down here so that you can see it. So I will draw a glass, and I will make it look like it's water. And then I may even label it water. So we definitely will need some water. We are also going to need a plate. This one has a bit of a rim on it so that things won't just run out. So, and my plate is blue. I do happen to have a blue marker, and I know you have a crayon. Whatever color your plate is, you should make it accurate. So it kind of has a rim on it. So I'm going to do it like this. It's a little bit stripy. And with your pencil, you would label it. Plate. You can copy what I've done, or you could do your own sounds. The next thing you're going to need is pepper. Now, I did not have the regular shaking kind of pepper. Mine's in a paper grinder. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to make a whole bunch of little dots because that's what pepper looks like, isn't it? And I'm going to write the word pepper. Oops. Pepper. And the last thing we're going to need, I'm going to reach for it, is some dish soap. I usually start with Dawn because that seems to work for most of our experiments. So when I'm doing this, I'm going to make a bottle shape. And I'm using blue because it is kind of blue, isn't it? And the soap part is all down here in the bottom. It's hard to color with markers. And then the bottle comes up and it has a cover on it. And I'm going to leave that part clear. Oops. And I'm going to write the word soap. Okay? So those are all the things you're going to need for your experiment. All right, let's see what we can do now. I'm going to get out the plate. And if you want to pause the video and do that first, go right ahead. I'm going to put the plate here and I'm going to tip my screen so you can see it. All right? So here's my plate. And then I'm going to take my water. Now I don't want the water to spill over the top, so I'm going to pour it in very slowly. If I had a measuring cup with a spout, I would use that. But I don't. All right, now I'm very close to my computer, so I want to make sure it doesn't spill and make a big mess. But it does hold the whole cup. There it is. Then I will take my pepper. Now, if you had a shaker of pepper, you would just shake it on. This one is a grinder. Can you see what's happening? What are you noticing that the pepper is doing? When I look at it, I'm pushing it all over the place. I notice that some of the pepper sinks right to the bottom, but some of it floats on the top. That's kind of interesting. I would have thought that it would all sink, but it's not. Some of it is floating right to the top, but it's staying all over the whole thing. You can put as much in as you want. Are you using your senses? If you are, you can hear the pepper from the grinder. If I was shaking it, you could still hear that. You know what else I'm using? My nose. Can you smell the pepper? If you smell it too much, you know what will happen? You will sneeze. So I'm staying away from it a little bit. Now, you could taste the pepper. I like the taste of pepper, but some children don't, so I wouldn't do that too much. So you can see it, you could smell it, you could hear it when we were shaking it, you could taste it, and yes, you could touch it. It would feel like little tiny rocks, right? Okay, so now we're going to take the Dawn, and we're going to put just a little bit on your finger, okay? Not a lot, just enough on your finger. And then what we're going to do is we're going to touch it to the pepper and the water. What do you think will happen? When I say what do you think will happen, that means you're making a hypothesis. A hypothesis is what a scientist does to guess, an educated guess, a really smart guess as to what will happen. And then we see if that's really what happened. You ready? I'm just going to touch it. I'm not going to stick it in deep. Whoa. Did you see that all the pepper that was floating went to the sides? It got away from that stuff. Now, I don't know if, I'm kind of curious. Scientists are curious. I wonder if the pepper at the bottom, if I put my finger all the way in with the soap on it, would the pepper at the bottom move too, or is it just on the surface? You ready? Did the pepper on the bottom move? No, it was just the surface pepper. I still have a lot of blue over here. I wonder if I touch the side. Well, it moves a little tiny bit away from my finger, but not really. That one in the middle was wicked, wicked cool. I loved that. Well, let's see. I wonder if it would happen again. Now, you could dump it out and start over. When I put this on, the pepper is staying right there. You see that? It's not like all running to the edge yet. So I wonder if I used a different kind of soap. Wipe off my finger here. I've got a different kind here. This is a different kind of soap. This is Myers. I'm going to put a little on my finger. Oops, it's clear. You ready? Let's see what happens. Well, that's interesting. Nothing moved. I wonder if it's because of the soap. I wonder if it will do it again with Dawn. Nope. I guess the magic pepper only works once. My guess is if you want to do it again, you need to clean your bowl and start fresh because it doesn't seem to be working anymore. The pepper wants to get away from the soap, but it only works the first time. It's kind of cool, isn't it? Do you think it would work with salt? I don't know. It'd be hard to see salt, wouldn't it? So if you want, boys and girls, this is your experiment that you're writing with the title and the supplies, and you could draw one more picture to show what happened. You could also write about what happened. Maybe you want to tell me what you're going to try differently, or maybe you'll just tell us about that morning meeting on Monday. I hope you had fun with science today. I'll see you real soon.